Good morning and happy Sunday, YouTube. It is April 2nd, 2023. Welcome to Sunrise to Sunset Farm YouTube channel. I'm going to label this one part 10 of our chick video series. If you've been following along, paying attention, these guys are actually 11 weeks old. We're one video behind. But yes, so part 10, these guys are 11 weeks old. One more week isolated on this side over here. Next Sunday, we're going to let them loose. We're going to integrate them with the rest of the flock. That's the plan anyways. Like I said, I'm very pleased with the size and the growth of these guys. So I think they're definitely going to be ready by next week. I'm definitely ready for them to go and integrate with the rest of the flock next week too. We're going to get them out of here, get this space cleaned up, get them over here with the rest. I've got of course, there's our Buff Orpington and our Brahma that likes to stay inside. I've got the rest they're inside. They're inside here eating their treats. The rest of the crew is outside enjoying the sunshine. Yeah, I'm going to get them, all the flocks integrated, and when I do it that day, I'm going to clean this entire coop out. It's ready. It's beyond ready. I generally do that once a month, because I've had these guys over here, and they want to have the door open, and I'm jumping outside. We're about a month behind on here, and getting the coop cleaned up. It's not terrible, but it definitely needs it. For somebody that has OCD like me, it definitely needs it. So, yeah, just want to give you guys an update on the chicks and everybody and how everybody's doing. Like I said, I'm pleased with how fast they're growing. They're definitely going to be ready by next weekend to jump in. So I'll definitely put a video out there of the two flocks together. It generally takes, a week, couple weeks for them to really get used to each other, and they're going to go through. And of course, the pecking order is already in place, but then they got to kind of join in, right? But yeah, I think it's going to be good. Like I said, once again, there's our rooster. I've named him Cogburn, right? So we've got Purdue, LB, and Cogburn. That's our newest rooster. So we'll see how he gets along with the other two. The other two are just about 2 years old, so they're quite a bit older than he is, but that's okay. We got to get used to them. They're going to have to get used to each other. So let me take you outside here. It's a little bit breezy here, but I wanted to take you outside. It's a beautiful day. Yesterday was quite breezy. I think it was quite breezy around the entire East Coast. So yesterday was quite windy. Today, much better. Still a bit breezy, but the sunshine's just pouring down. So once again, here they are in their spot. They like to hang out right here. This is where I pile up the bedding after I get it cleaned out of the coop. There's a couple in here too, inside the run, enjoying themselves. But yeah, I put the bedding, the old chicken litter I put it over here after I get it cleaned out of the coop. I set it over here, and they just sit there and paw through it all the time, just sitting nonstop, scratching. The idea was to set this up as a compost pile. Let it sit here for a couple years, and then I was going to put this on the garden. But once I piled it up here and they got a hold of it, it's pretty much almost non-existent now. You wouldn't even know the pile was even there. So that's okay. Instead, what I'm going to do is use this straw that I put around the coop for windbreak. I'm going to bust those pieces up, and we're going to put them into our new raised beds. And I'll show you guys that when I get to it too. Yeah, those bales of straw are done, and I'll just have to replace those. But yeah, once we get to I'm not going to plant anything until the last weekend of April, first weekend of May. We'll see how, because that's generally when our last frost is around here. So, but yeah, I'll show you guys what the raised beds are going to look like. The tall raised beds, the short raised beds, and how we're going to set those things up. So yeah, once again, just want to give you guys a quick update on the chicks. One more week over here, and they get to really spread their wings. They're definitely ready for it. Like I said, that The bigger they get, the tighter the space gets for them. They're just ready. Especially with the longer days now, it's really starting to warm up. I'm going to show you guys too. I ordered a new nesting box, and it's going to set up right on top of here. I'll take those dividers out. The nesting box is 48 inches long. It's from the Best Nest Box. I think that's the name of the company. Once I get it, I'll show you guys that. But we've got to start looking into what nesting boxes are best for broken eggs, because once one of them got a hold of a broken egg and started eating it, they've all done it now. So there's, like I said, I've got the fake eggs in there, right? Non-stop with the clean bedding. I'll take the bedding out, put new clean bedding in. We ramped up. I mean, they get high calcium and high protein anyways. It's just the sheer fact of they busted one open and now they started eating on it and they won't stop. For instance, today I've gotten 7 eggs and 3 of them were broken. So it's just, it's just very frustrating. Cutting into our eggs, cutting into the customer's eggs, all that good stuff. So we got to nip that in the bud, and we've tried everything minus new boxes. So like I said, take those dividers off. We've got one of the barred rocks in there right now. And the box will fit right on top of this framing right here. This is solid nesting boxes that they put in there, but these dividers will screw right off, and then the new box will set up on top there. So what it is it has a sloped floor to it. So as soon as one of the girls lays an egg, that floor slowly slopes towards the front of the box. You can do either front or back collection. All right, we're going to do front collection, obviously, because we're going to go right up against this wall right here. So you can do front or back collection. You lift the lid up, you catch the eggs. They're clean, they're not broken, all that good stuff. So thousands of reviews said it's a great product, so we're going to go with it. So once I get that and set it in place, I'll show you guys. But that hopefully will stop. And there's really no option there. It's just like I said, as soon as that chicken lays its egg and she gets up and away from it, that floor slopes enough where it drops into the front piece where it's covered, where the chickens can't get to it, they can't peck at it. It stays nice and clean. Like I said, they did great up until a few months ago, and then they started busting some eggs. So then we put the whole, the fake eggs in there, right? And that worked for a little while, and then they started back up with it again. So I'm just started looking at some other things, and that seems to be what people really are happy with, are those slope floor boxes. I mean, you can get them from several places, but this is called the Best Nest Box. I think that's what the company's called. 48 inches long. It claims that you can, because there's no dividers in it, and it just sets up, it'll do up to 45 birds. But I just thought 48 inches long, 19 or 20 inches deep. 45 seems like a bit much, but it'll definitely do our 20. Let's put it that way. And then even when we bump up to the 24, it'll definitely do that. So, and then the bottom one. So like I said, they'll go on top. The bottom one, I'll leave that for about a week until they get used to the new boxes, and then I'll just cover the other one up so they can't get in there and lay eggs and bust them again. So yeah, it's just a frustrating thing. You put time and effort into it, and they lay their eggs and they bust them open. Like I said, once they got that taste of those eggs, it was one culprit, and there she is right there, that Brahma. She was doing it, but now they're all starting to do it. So yeah. Once I get that set up, I'll show you guys. So please enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day outside. Hopefully it is where you are. We're in the mid 50s today with a little slight breeze, much better than yesterday. And next week we're going to be into the 70s, so it's going to start warming up here pretty quickly, which is just going to be perfect timing for these guys to join the rest of the crew. So stay tuned for next week. Like I said, next week's video is going to be these guys joining the big guys. So we'll integrate those, and it's going to be around lunchtime, around this time, heading into lunchtime. Well, I'll put the scratch out. And when I put the scratch out for everybody and give them all the treats, I'm just going to open this door up right here. Open that door up and just let them do their thing. I'm not going to announce it. Not going to be crazy about it. And they'll just, definitely don't want to be doing it first thing in the morning, because that's when they're really amped up. So I do it towards the afternoon, towards evening time frame, when they're a little more little settled down. So, yeah, happy Sunday. That's going to do it for me. I don't want to continue to ramble on and on. So, yeah, if you like this video or if you like any other videos, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, or you don't have to do any of that. But from Sunrise to Sunset Farm, that's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys next week on the next video.